The correction in crude prices is over, and it appears that the market is setting up to break out to all-time highs. Hi, I'm Mark Arbeter, and this is S&P's Chart Room. Taking a look at a daily chart of crude oil prices, you can see that crude oil peaked here around $75.20 on April 20th. Since that time, for the majority of that time, we've consolidated. We put in a series of lower highs during that time. We recently broke that series of lower highs, and we ran right back up to the previous high, which is in the 75.20 area. During this time, daily momentum has turned positive, which is bullish from an intermediate term perspective. If crude can break out above the 75.20 area, perhaps closing about $76, it could easily run up to trendline resistance off the intermediate term peaks, which is up near the 80 level. Another target that we have is we take the width of this recent correction or consolidation, which was around $7, add that to the potential breakout point at 75, and we get another target of 82. So if we can break out strongly above 75, it looks like crude can run into the low 80 area. Taking a look at crude oil on a weekly basis, longer term chart, we can see that the price pattern is still illustrating a series of higher lows and higher highs, which is bullish from a price perspective. You can see that the weekly MACD has put in a series of higher lows and higher highs, also above the zero line, which is a positive from an intermediate to long-term perspective. As we said, if crude can break out here, we can run up to the top of this trend line, 80 in the low 80s. One potential negative, however, from a longer term perspective is the potential negative divergence with respect to the weekly momentum. If prices do run up here to the top of this channel, it doesn't appear that the weekly MACD can run up as high as the previous peaks of momentum. This would set up longer term negative divergences with respect to the weekly MACD. However, that's very early, in that these negative divergences can call peaks in prices months ahead of time. So that is early. So at least in the short to intermediate term, we do expect prices to move higher here with the breakout above $75. So if you're not in oil stocks right now, it might be a good time to move back into them, at least for a short-term trade. This has been Mark Arbeter with S&P's Chart Room.